Hello there, YouTube. I was taught something today that I want to teach you how to avoid the ultra annoying leftover lines when you have an error in Go and you just want to leave the file. You just want to close the file and you don't want to get rid of those lines. If you're a fan of vim-go, and I am, then you know that if you make a change to a file, that's that little kill and crossbones is coming from AL. I'll talk about that in another video. But if you know that if I save this, I get these lines down there, and that's supposed to help you. It's called the loclist, loclist, and I just accepted that that was a thing for a long time. And you go ahead and you save it. If I tried to save it, it was easy or whatever. Is the list is still there, and you're like, oh my god, I just want to exit the file. I know it has an error. I'm coming back to it. And if you're like me and you like to close the file out and then open another one, some people who use Vim open lots of multiple files, and it becomes really hard to maintain and manage. And I prefer to have one file per tmux window. That's just my style. It's always been my style. Because you don't always, I mean, it's really easy to get confused when you're just doing all that in Vim. But if I'm just doing all, separate windows in tmux and I'm cutting and pasting from tmux with buffers when I'm not, dumping out to a file with, :W or something, then I get this problem. So in order to exit out from here, you just exit again and it works, right? But that is so freaking annoying. So actually, I made a video, and I'm going to give full credit where credit is due. So zlov137, who has said some very nice things to me since discovering RWX Rob TV and about what we're doing here in the community and everything. And they learned about Vim, and they were like so annoyed that they were annoyed enough to chase this rabbit hole all the way down and find the solution. And it turns out that we indirectly found this solution because of Ale. And Ale, we haven't done any videos on Ale. We'll do it. I go back and forth on whether I want to use Ale or not, but lately I really like it. It puts a little thing in your buffer, your margin to the left when you got problems. It shows you real-time errors and all that kind of thing. So in the process of finding the documentation for this, they came across this reference to just sort of, it was in reference to how to get, Ale to shut up and just close the buffer or close the lock list window along with the buffer. And I apologize if somebody's out there who's known about this all this time. I've been coding Vim since 2016, and I did not know this. So that's why I'm making a video about it, because at least one of you out there is going to be like, oh my God, because you're not going to want to do that anyway. To undocument this comment, and this Vim script, basically, it ties an event that automatically closes all the stuff, the lock list, if there's a buffer. So in the case where you're closing out your file, you're actually closing a buffer. Who cares? Those lines go away. So this is what it is. So here I have my same error, right? If I try to save, you see I got those lines, right? Now again, if I try to say, look, Vim, I just want out. I know this is a problem. A lot of times, you might not think this is as common as you think, but you may have written a little bit of stub code there. And so the normal fix for this would be, okay, let's just comment it out and do our things. But like, oh shit, now I have other problems, right? So sometimes you actually just want it to just trust you, and like, I'm going to come back to it. So you close it out now, and it goes away. The log list goes away. I refuse to accept that it wasn't changeable, says somebody. He says, Elon. Well, thank God you did, because the entire world will benefit from your persistence now. Hopefully, everybody will find this video. They won't. I'm a tiny streamer. But those who do find it will now no longer be tormented by those hideous errors at the bottom anymore. You're welcome. Thank you, Zlov, for your help.